Alrighty, how's it going, residents? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be breaking down the fourth trailer for Resident Evil Requiem. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, the speculations that I have. Let's go ahead and dive on it.
That's 6 now.
The game looks beautiful,
6 survivors,
like absolutely beautiful.
From the same thing.
So 6 survivors from Raccoon City, all dead from the same thing, and this is very interesting. And it looks like that it's not just Leon who's suffering from this. We're gonna go ahead and dive in. I think there's more information that we get from this trailer about what this could possibly be, and I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't think I said it in my reaction, but I am getting a lot of vibes that this is going to be Leon's last game, or at least it's setting up to be Leon's last game. And I got that feeling that they might kill him off. I hope not, but I just got that feeling.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that's not good. Now, I had said something, I think I saw it in one of my breakdown trailer, in one of my previous ones, but we also saw where Elpis, or this infection, could start is on the neck, on the hand, or kind of like on the side where the stomach is. Later on in the trailer, we see that Leon's infection is actually starting here on his hand. But the question is, what is it that he's dealing with? What is this infection?
Victor purchased a building after Umbrella went under.
Looks like Leon walking into the Chronic Care Center. This is something that we've already seen.
The Rhodes Hill Chronic Care Center.
Yep. Leon's here checking out the care center. I wonder if this is when the lady came in and was like, "Oh, Leon, we've been expecting you," or "Oh, Mr. Kennedy, we've been expecting you," and now he's just kind of looking around, kind of as he's waiting for her to come back. I also just want to say this game looks absolutely gorgeous. Leon looks so good. I'm pretty sure this was captured on the PlayStation 5 Pro, if I'm not mistaken. But he just looks so good. The visuals in this game look so good. Now we got X-ray here. One thing I wanted to point out here, that is an insanely huge hand. I believe the stalker enemy, from what we saw from the first trailer, as well as the gameplay we got for Grace, is the hag. I wonder if this is X-rays of the hag, when the hag that was being experimented on. That's my guess. Because who else is going to have those extra long fingers? Especially the skull here. I think this could be from the hag. And especially like all these, like they were definitely trying to hold something down. Something was strapped into the table. We got a skeleton here, which I've seen some people say is kind of foreshadowing, but let's hope not. There's a little camera there. Looks like Gideon is watching Leon. That's the chair that gets kicked. Capcom. Alright, we got Leon shooting the hag here, saving Grace, which we saw before.
Okay? What does Victor want with you?
This is brand new. So it looks like Leon's giving her a boost. I wonder if this is someplace in the Chronic Care Center, or maybe a completely different location. It looks like to be an underground location. Like, this makes you think of like a trash compactor or something like that from like Resident Evil 4.
With you.
It looks like Grace has also got some bruises there. She's definitely been through some stuff. This could probably be halfway through, maybe towards the end of the game, from my speculation. Let's go back and see what he said there.
What does Victor want with you?
What does Victor want with you?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Alright. Looks like we have a jail cell here. We got zombies looking through. We got a zombie here on the ground. I wonder if this is the underground of the Chronic Care Center, or if this is someplace different entirely. Now, we do know we are going back to Raccoon City. So could this be the police station, the holding cells? Or could this be a completely different area? Here we have another shot here of Leon. I believe this was a shot before where we saw Leon leaning over the desk as he's looking at the photos of the infection.
He grabbed you for a reason.
Yep, seeing pictures of Grace. We saw this before, for the sake of Elpis.
Did you find anything
Alrighty.
on Elpis?
Leon taking out some zombies. Alright, here we go. This is the big money shot. So this comes from the Rhodes Chronic Care Center. Now, I think this is probably the reason why Leon is heading to the Chronic Care Center, because of this report right here. Report on Raccoon City Syndrome. That is what it's being called. The Raccoon City Syndrome. So, let's go ahead and take a look at this. This report outlines the current research on latent onset T-virus syndrome, henceforth referred to as Raccoon City Syndrome. Raccoon City Syndrome occurs when residual T-virus within the body mutates over a prolonged period of time. And this is what we're seeing in Leon. I want to say that here, this is definitely Sherry. And I will say why once we get to a later part into the trailer. Also says, I have yet to find an effective treatment. And when it manifests, the results are fatal. Raccoon City Syndrome appears to develop through the following stages. Stage 0, dormant. The virus lies temporarily dormant within the host due to the presence of specific antibodies. As the virus is not completely suppressed, it begins to build an immunity to the antibodies over time. Stage 1, activation. The virus becomes active and black. Bruise-like marks begin to appear on parts of the body. Mild symptoms, such as general, what does that say? Malaise and coughing occur. I'll have to look that up. I don't know if that's like organ failure or something like that. Well, I'll have to check that. Stage 2, development. The black marks spread further across the body, occupied with numbness in the affected areas. So, basically no feeling at all. And with this infection already being on Leon's hand, meaning he can't even feel anything, which is crazy. The marks extend to the internal organs, sometimes leading to hematemesis? I am sorry, guys. Let's go ahead and look that up. Alright, so after looking it up, this one up here is called malaise, a general feeling of discomfort, illness, or an uneasiness, whose exact cause is difficult to identify. So a lot of discomfort in the body, and I wonder if this is something that we're going to see Leon, as the game progresses, he's getting weaker. He's not able to perform to the heights that he's obviously been able to due to this infection. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the other one. Alright, so that word is actually hematemesis, and this hematemesis is the vomiting of bright red blood or dark coffee ground material indicating acute upper gastrointestinal bleeding. So basically, your body is just failing from the inside. Oh man. The more I'm looking into this, the more I'm like, it's not looking good for Leon, guys. It is not looking good for Leon. You also have abdominal pain, cramping, discomfort, nausea, lightheadedness, dizziness, symptoms of severe blood loss, and rapid heartbeat, shortness of breath, faintness. It's not looking good. And if this is happening to Leon, especially Sherry, what about Jill? What about Claire? What about Carlos? Everyone who escaped and made it out of Raccoon City alive are now in danger of death. And I'm kind of lost for words right now because, Leon's my favorite video game character of all time. And reading this just makes it kind of sink in more that what's going on with our beloved character, or characters, especially with Sherry here. And I'll get back to that later. It's not looking good. I don't think Leon's going to make it out of this, guys. I really don't. Unless they're able to find something towards the end of the game, it's not looking good. Stage 3, Terminal. The black marks darken and spread across the entire body. Severe pain and intense fatigue making moving difficult. Vomiting blood becomes uncontrollable. Patients at the terminal stage typically die within 1 to 2 hours. We hear Sherry say, Leon, we're running out of time. Or whoever this person is. My money's on Sherry, but they're saying, Leon, we're running out of time. My guess is Leon's going through pain. He's coughing up blood. He's fatigue. The infection is spreading from not just his hand to his neck, but all across his body. And the reason why he's running out of time is probably because they have hit the terminal stage. Now, we know in some trailers they like to take snippets of audio and put it into certain sections of, movie trailers or especially game trailers, and they don't appear into that section, so that could be the case. That's my guess. Maybe this line of dialogue happens closer towards the end of the game. But I think Leon and those who are infected are going to start going into the terminal stage. They're already in the development stage, or at least the activation. So either they're in development, heading into terminal, or some are already in terminal and only have a few hours left to live. I feel like this game is going to pull out our heartstrings. The ending to this game, no one's going to expect what's going to happen. This could go either way. If Leon doesn't die, I have a feeling like there are going to be casualties in this game. Legacy characters may bite the bullet. I'm going to call it here right now. Alright, we get another shot of Grace here. Looks like, damn, that's a big ass blade. Yeah, a hospital. There's a chronic care center. Got some zombies that Grace is going to start taking out here. Yeah, geez, big saw blade. That dude looks like Andy Serkis. Again, I love the way the zombies look in this game. And I'm loving the look of the chronic care center as well. We got a flashlight that she's holding.
Or the Pentagon.
Ooh. Alright, we get a shot of Leon here holding the sniper. This shot is just awesome. I love this shot. I love the bringing snipers back. Capcom always does a good job with snipers in the series, especially the bolt action. Love using the bolt action RE4. That reload animation is so good. Alright, we get another shot here. This goes back to where we saw in the Nintendo Direct gameplay. Leon was protecting Sherry, shooting the zombies as she would appear to be trying to get into the door. It looks like this is an extension of that scene, kind of closer to wherever Sherry was trying to get into.
You are an...
Alright, now I believe this is our first look at the blister heads. Now, the blister heads, from what IGN said, if you, I believe, play as Grace and you don't inject the zombies to kind of, to explode their bodies, then they morph into blister heads, which is like the new Crimson Head type enemies for this series, and it looks like that's what this zombie is doing. And it looks like this is our first person POV shot with Leon. Now, obviously, I'm going to play the game third person starting out with Leon, first person as Grace, and then I will be going back to play both in third, and then both in a first person point of view for part of my third and final playthrough of the game. But I will say, it is going to be weird playing as Leon in first person, just because he's never been playing as first person. It's just going to feel off, but I'm loving the look of the shotgun. It looks like this shotgun got a stock attachment here, which I just noticed. Like the blister head. Let's go ahead and turn down the speed a little bit so we can see how this blister head forms. So it's literally like just the head is transforming into something else entirely. Why does it look like a liquor? Kind of has like a liquor head to it. It kind of does look like a liquor, doesn't it? But this shot, it doesn't have a stock. They might have used two separate shots here, because that doesn't look like there's a stock on that shotgun. But I'm loving the look. Absolutely loving the look. Oh, it looks so good, dude. It looks so good. Boom. We get Leon running up on a zombie here. I think that was a first aid box. Hold on. Yep. Little first aid box. I wonder if this is where we're gonna like find some health items. Leon's running up on a guy. Boom! Take a seat. That's so cool. Alright, we get a shot here. I don't know where exactly this is at, but we got Leon walking in the city here on the street.
Leon?
Actually, I want to go back here because there's dialogue that we need to hear.
Or the Pentagon. Nothing on the servers at the CIA or the Pentagon.
He grabbed you for a reason.
Grabbed you for a reason.
Did you find anything on Elpis?
Alright, so Leon's asking, did you find anything on Elpis?
Not yet.
Sherry replies with, not yet.
Nothing on the servers at the CIA or the Pentagon.
Nothing on the servers at the CIA or the Pentagon. So they're really doing a deep search to seeing if they can find whatever, even like government related to this. And I believe it even said here that this was top secret? Hold on. Yeah, top secret. Advanced Research Projects Division. U.S. Department of Defense.
Not yet.
I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but...
Nothing on the servers at the CIA or the Pentagon.
So they're really trying to figure out what is going on here. And they're having no luck. You
Are an ignorant.
You are an ignorant fool. Interesting line. That sounds like it's Victor Gideon. It could be, or it could be someone else. I'm gonna say Victor for right now, but it could be someone else.
Leon, we're running out of time.
Leon, we're running out of time. And then he goes on,
We're running out of time.
pulls off the glove. There's the infection. Now, I think I said this before in one of my videos where there was a breakdown reaction. I thought that the reason why Leon wasn't wearing the fingerless gloves like he normally does in the series is because the infection is showing on his hands. And there it is. Now, I said in my reaction, it looks like it's like his hands kind of decaying. It looks like a worm, like, almost like a worm-like substance, or like, it just looks grotesque. But again, the question that I have is like, how did Leon get the T-virus inside of him, and how did it become dormant? Because we know that the T-virus spread through the city, and the water supply got contaminated. That's how the outbreak started. Was it airborne? Because I'm trying to think, like, how did he get infected? How are all these other Raccoon City survivors infected? It has to be airborne. That's the only thing that I can think of. It has to be airborne. Even Leon knows, dude. He's like, fuck. He looks so good. Here's a shot of Grace here, peeking in somewhere. I don't know if this is this could be at the Chronic Care Center. There was a part, and we saw one like the very first trailers, a room with a red light. I don't know if this could be that area. I'm gonna say Chronic Care Center. All right, this is probably Victor's desk, or yeah, this is the room where she's talking to Victor.
Why me?
Why me? Another shot of Victor there. He looks so good. I do think he is going to turn to a snake. You see the snake skin. We kind of get a little bit of a better look at
Why
it.
me?
Oh,
Why?
yeah. Snake skin and everything. He's definitely turning into a snake.
Why me?
And we got crows returning. I said this on stream. I would love to see crows return. I would love to see spiders return. Lickers. Seeing crows return is awesome. To me, it looks like the crows are flying towards Leon's car, maybe attacking it, or they're just flying out of Raccoon City or something, and they're just bombarding over his car as they're flying by. But awesome to see crows return. Love the... Oh, yeah. They just keep coming. I wonder if those are infected crows then. Alright, and it looks like... I think this is a map of I think this is Raccoon City. This is probably Leon heading to Raccoon City.
Settled on a person of interest.
Alright, now this is very interesting.
Team has settled on a person of interest.
Team has settled on a person of interest.
A former T-virus researcher.
A former T-virus researcher.
The team has settled on a person of interest.
The team. Who's the team? If we're gonna have legacy characters returning, especially ones who are dealing with this Raccoon City syndrome, is the other team Jill? Is it Claire? Could it be Ada? Is Chris with them? There's just so many questions, dude. Like, who's the team? Is it the Hound Wolf Squad? Completely different team entirely. And I'm loving the crows, by the way. And there's the gas station. Leon's Jeep there. Still at the gas station after all these years. I wonder if he's going to drive by and be like, huh, I remember that car. Oh, it looks so good. Ah, that looks so good. I can't wait.
A former T-virus researcher.
A former T-virus researcher. Now I'm going to bring up an Outbreak character. Yoko was a researcher and she was under William Birkin. Now I believe she helped with the Tyrant. And she also helped with Hunters and unknowingly volunteered herself. Her tissue was used to help develop the T-virus. I don't know if it could be Yoko. It might be someone else completely different because Yoko would be one of the people who would be dealing with the Raccoon City syndrome unless the daylight virus is something that suppresses it. But then that's another question that I have, like with Jill Valentine in Resident Evil Death Island, with her already being infected in Resident Evil 3, with her being experimented on in Resident Evil 5, and then with Death Island with her aging slower than everyone else. Could Jill's blood be the key to all this? Or is she still going to be infected regardless? That's my question. Is Jill going to be in the clear? But who could this Umbrella researcher be? I would have to do a bit more research on it. Probably make a video in the future discussing about it. It has to be someone who's still alive. Let's go ahead and listen to that one more time.
A former T-virus researcher. Settled on a person of interest. A former T-virus researcher.
Former T-virus researcher. I mean, could it be Yoko? I don't know. But then again, she would be dealing with the same thing as well. But she used to be a researcher. So could it be Yoko? Could it be? I don't know. But it's very interesting. So it looks like they're going to be going for someone who used to work on the T-virus. I think the T-virus is definitely going to play a role into this. I have so much rambling through my mind right now, guys. It's insane. Alright, and we got Grace here looking at what appears to be the little girl that was shown in the new trailer. We got a guy laying here on the table. Looks like a zombie who looks to be experimented on. I wonder if this is one of the zombies with like the orange like pus balls on it.
Because my master made you who you are.
Because my master made you who you are. Why me? Because my master made you who you are. Who is this master? So Victor's definitely not the main villain of the game. I mean, he's definitely a villain, but he's not the main villain. Could this be Wesker? Could this be Spencer? Could this be Alex Wesker? I would like to say maybe either Wesker or Spencer. Alex Wesker wouldn't be a bad one either.
Because my master made you.
Zombie here she's sneaking up on.
Who you are.
And then there's the little girl there. Now, I believe her name is Emily. My guess is, because it looks like she's got some white eyes, I don't know. Now, this also does look like the hag. In a way, kind of wearing like the same dress, same kind of hair. It looks like maybe she's been experimented on, or they're using her blood for something. That's my guess. Now, if we also look here, this is Grace. I'm looking at her. All she's got is a bed and a book. They're definitely using her to experiment on, and I'm going to elaborate more when we get on to another point into the trailer. This also goes back to, I believe it was the showcase, when we were seeing Grace extracting the blood from the zombies. It said one of the objectives was deliver a little girl to somewhere in the chronic care center, so I wonder if this is the little girl. And Grace finds her, gets her out, and it becomes, you know, like, we as Grace had to then protect her and escort her out of wherever we're at in the game. My guess is probably underneath the chronic care center, unless this is in Raccoon City. I don't know. Alright, and it looks like we have another outbreak happening. I don't know where this is at exactly, but it looks like we have some zombies, though. People running away from the zombies. Leon's running toward them. Start opening fire. There you go, Leon. I will say the textures and everything here could probably use a little bit more work. I believe this is captured on the PS5 Pro, and as much as I've been wanting to get one, PS5 Pro tends to run games not as well as a base PlayStation, to my knowledge. Now, I hope this is just older footage. Maybe it will look cleaned up a little bit better, but some of these textures kind of coming in don't look the greatest, but not the biggest deal in the world. What is this back here? It looks like this person is turning. Pay attention to this guy back here. It looks like that's a zombie that's turning. Alright, this construction worker guy. He's got a pipe. Wonder if he's like doing some plumbing work or something in the city, maybe some sewer work. I can't wait to use that axe with Leon. It's gonna be so cool. Looks like someone's getting bit. This is a shot also from the trailer where we see Leon taking on all the zombies on the street. That's so cool, dude. Alright, now what is this? At first I thought this was an eyeball. It looks like it could be an eyeball. I think this is an eyeball. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is a part of a city or an eye, but when I look at this, I get like an eyeball. It looks like this is being looked at on a computer screen. I just don't know what that is. Alright, we get Grace coming up here to one of the blister heads.
I'm coming with you. I'm coming with you.
We get Grace saying, I'm coming with you. Leon's probably like, no, it's too dangerous. I gotta go take care of this. And she's like, I'm gonna come with you. And I love what she says coming up here shortly. I'm gonna shot of Leon here. And there's Victor. So we saw after Leon shoots the hag and kills it, we saw that Victor is looking down the hall at Leon. Leon pulls the flashlight, goes down there, and then it looks like he has a conversation with Victor Gideon. And look at his hand. Look at the scales. The dude is definitely turning into a snake.
We can talk.
He says, we can talk. Alright, there's Umbrella. So he said, we can talk. So my guess is he knows Leon's infected. Or could see, you know, the infection spot, and he's like, oh, you want to know what you're dealing with? Let's talk. Let's ask a few, ask any questions you'd like. And obviously with Leon probably having the weight of other survivors on his shoulders, not just his own life, he's going to be trying to get as many questions answered as he can, while also trying to stop Victor Gideon and taking him down.
Can talk.
But yeah, that dude's definitely turning into a snake. Alright, now let's go ahead and turn this back down. Let's go ahead and watch it, because I just want to make sure there's no dialogue that plays over this.
What do you want to know?
What do you want to know? Yep. There you go. He's already asking him, what do you want to know? Alright, so it looks like we have a lab. Now this is either This could be a flashback, potentially. Maybe this is how the game starts, or halfway through the game we find out some information, it goes as a flashback. This could be someplace under the Chronic Care Center, possibly. This could be either under Raccoon City, completely different facility entirely. I don't know if that's an Umbrella logo, but that's could be what it looks like, or something different. We have seen a shot of this, which was on the computer. It looks like someone is being experimented on. I wonder, could it be the little girl? Could it be whoever the main boss is? Or, the big bad of this game? There's the Umbrella logo. Now, it does look like this is a door and something is going to come out of it. Question is, who? Spencer? Wesker? Some big, hideous mutation? Could this be a creation of Elpis? Could whatever experimentation that they've been using with to try to perfect this virus, could they have created something and they're locking it behind this door? Could this have been the thing that they didn't want to get out, and which was why Raccoon City was neutralized? We got another door here. It looks like there's... I can't tell if those are like completely, like if those are just flat or actual like 3D discs. I'm going to say they're discs just because of kind of this like reflection here. It looks like a door. It's leading to another room. This is definitely in a lab. I've had a theory and some speculation that there's going to be a completely new lab underneath Raccoon City, like a Nest 2 or something like a whole nother nest. I wonder if that's what this is going to be. And here we go. So it looks like there's little children. Now they have red eyes. Now, when I first saw this, the first thing that came to my mind was Wesker. Wesker in RE5 had red eyes. Alex Wesker had red eyes. I can't recall anyone else that had red eyes. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. Maybe whatever this infection is, it just, whatever experimentations are going on, they just have these red eyes. But it looks just like Emily, the little girl that Grace was looking at through the glass, the girl who was sitting on the bed. I wonder if we're getting another clone situation. Maybe whatever virus or whatever experiment she has, she's like the perfect one, and they're trying to replicate that. And as we can see, they're like stitches all around the head there, like they've been experimenting, messing around with brain tissue or whatever. And there's multiple. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Could this be more Wesker children as well? And it looks like an ear of someone here. I don't know who this could be. If this is a flashback, could this be Wesker? Could this be Spencer? Is this Victor's master that he was talking all about? I kind of want to say Spencer. I kind of want to say my money's on Spencer. As much as I would love Wesker, want to lead towards Spencer. That is also creepy, dude. Just the red eyes. Who is that? Alright, now, from what I said, this looks like it could actually, someone could be in this. Now, it does actually look like there is debris falling from the ceiling, so maybe this is a big reactor. This is a self-destruct sequence, where if this facility became compromised, this was a way for them to, get out of jail free card, to go ahead and get rid of all the evidence and just destroy this facility. Like, maybe this is underground to Raccoon City, and Raccoon City is going to get obliterated once again to then kind of hide all the evidence and get rid of everything that they've been working on for all these years. That looks insane. It's got to be some... I mean, I don't know if I'm looking too much into it. It looks like that could be someone or something in there, or this is, again, just a big self-destruct sequence. Something that's going to actually take Raccoon City off the map, like, completely. And then it looks like we have a certain type of squad that is heading towards this door. I thought maybe, could it be the Hound Wolf squad? Yeah, there's definitely debris falling, so... Okay, I take it back. That's good. That's probably a self-destruct sequence. Yeah, I see the debris falling. This is probably towards the end of the game, after probably fight the final boss or whatever, and the self-destruct sequence is initiating. Which this could be a theory. Is Leon going to stay behind to activate that self-destruct sequence? Like, is Leon not going to be able to save himself, and then he's going to be like, Grace, Get out of here, save yourself. And Leon's going to take the last final stand. Which, honestly, I'd be okay with that. If that's how he goes out, I'm okay with it. His journey started in Raccoon City, and it's going to end in Raccoon City. And it looks like some group is going to this door, probably going in, trying to investigate, take control, shut down whatever's going on here into this facility. Now, we don't know if this is going to be kind of like the present day when the game takes place, if this is going to be a flashback. First thing I thought of, the Hound Wolf Squad, unless this is someone completely different. But I'm going to say Hound Wolf Squad, because I do think that Chris is going to be in this game in some capacity, some way, shape, or form. We heard Jeff Shine talk in the very first trailer, so it has to be. I'm going to say this is the Hound Wolf Squad. If not, then I'm not sure, but I'm going to say Hound Wolf Squad. And there it is. So the umbrella door that we saw before, it is getting opened. So whatever's in there is about to come out. Maybe this is where the big reactor room is. The self-destruct sequence. That could also be. But there it is. It's opening. Alright, let's go ahead and let's go back to normal playback speed.
I don't want any.
Alright, so we got another big dude coming out here. This guy reminds me of like a bloater from like The Last of Us. Love the design. It almost looks like... Oh, yep, the real... It's like a combination of mold. Yeah, like a mold monster with those like orange pus balls. I don't know what you call them. I'm blanking on it, but instead of the eyeballs, obviously. So it looks like you shoot those, and that's how you probably kill the monster. Looks like this is in a cathedral. Maybe this is somewhere near the Chronic Care Center. We saw that there was a lot of fire going on the outside. Leon has a sniper. Maybe this was the building that Grace was trying to get into. And Leon, after giving cover fire, was then like, okay, I need to make my way in there. Got Leon throwing this axe here, which I just think is awesome. Boom. Yep. Shooting off the weak points. I love the enemy design in this game.
I don't want any more regrets.
And as we hear Grace say, I don't want any more regrets.
Whatever it takes, count me in.
Whatever it takes, count me in. And what I love about this is she's going from the scared, traumatic person. You know, we saw when Leon gives her the Requiem, she's freaking out. You know, she's holding onto her head, she doesn't know. To now she's like, all right, I'm in. Let's do this. Whatever it takes. Just like Leon in Resident Evil 2. I'm going to do whatever it takes to save this city. Whatever it takes. She is literally going to become the new Leon. And I could see Leon passing this mantle to Grace. I already love what they're doing with Grace. I'm so excited I can't form a sentence. I'm loving what they're doing with Grace. The parallels between her and Leon, at least Leon as a younger cop back in Raccoon City, just willing to risk it all, no matter what. Let's get it done. I love that. I can't wait to see her arc and her development, you know, from the beginning of the game, doesn't really have the confidence to then gain that confidence. And she's like, all right, let's fucking do this. I cannot wait.
Whatever it takes, count me in.
Whatever it takes, count me in. And it looks like the hag is back. And Grace has the Requiem. I think there's going to be multiple hags. I think these are failed experiments, and there's going to be more than one. Leon killed the first one, and this is going to be a reoccurring stalker enemy. Unless the hag can, like, remutate itself and self-heal or whatever. But my guess is, and this kind of looks similar to the dresses, same hair as Emily. I think these are just failed experiments. And I think we're going to see multiple of them, and they're going to be the stalker enemy for Grace's segments. Get another shot of Grace here. It looks like she's kind of in the underground. Maybe it's either under Raccoon City or under the Chronic Care Center.
Regrets. Whatever it takes, count me in.
Whatever it takes, count me. I love that line, dude. Whatever it takes, count me in. Look at that. I mean, look at her. Look at the confidence that's just oozing off of her. Go kick some ass, Grace. Let's go kick some ass. I'm hyped. Let's go, dude. And look at that shot. That's my new wallpaper. I know I keep saying this literally every time a new trailer comes out, but this is my new wallpaper, dude. Oh, this game. Game of the Year contender, honestly. I love that shot, too. Resident Evil Requiem, baby. Raccoon City. Leon walking out of his car.
It's been a while since you've been back there.
It's been a while since you've been back there. Now, one thing I will say, and I said it in my reaction, with Raccoon City being neutralized completely off the map, like, okay, I'm happy we're going back to Raccoon City, but I thought when it got sterilized, it was completely wiped off the map and all this shouldn't be here. Which, again, I gotta make a video on this, even though I got a comment when I brought this up during my Leon Resident Evil Gaiden theory, which I don't think is plausible anymore. Capcom is definitely making changes to the timeline. And it really begs the question, are we going off the remakes or are we going off the originals? Because in terms of the originals, Raccoon City was wiped off the map completely. It looks like we are going off the remake timeline because it's the Resident Evil 2 remake RPD, same from RE3. And Capcom has already said the remakes are the superior version, so I don't think Capcom is looking at the originals as reference. I think they're looking at the remakes now. So that is definitely a change, because after Raccoon City basically got wiped off the map, it shouldn't even be here. This should not even be here. I hope I'm not contradicting myself, but like, as much as I'm saying like, yeah, this shouldn't be here due to the blast that wiped everything out, I am still excited with going back. It just doesn't really make sense that this much of the city is standing. Unless there's someone in the comments wants to explain it better to me. But the way I look at it, it seems like Capcom is favoring the remake timeline over the originals. To which at that point, Capcom, you might as well remake all the Resident Evil games at this point. Because if you're not looking at the originals, the games that started everything and laid the groundwork, then you might as well just go through and remake all of them.
It's been a while since you've been back there.
It's been a while since you've been back there.
You've been back there.
And we get our first look at Sherry Birkin, ladies and gentlemen. And now I thought that there could be some chance that, yeah, this could be Ashley Graham, but it's not. Look here. She's wearing gloves. And just like Leon, he's wearing gloves. But she's wearing gloves indoors, on a keyboard. She has the infection as well. Now, we see that there's nothing on her neck. Maybe it's on the other side. Maybe the infection has only started on the hands. It hasn't reached to any other part of her body, of where the symptoms show up. But this is definitely Sherry, and she's also definitely dealing with the infection as well. So it's not just the... And she even said, we are running out of time, which means she's talking to everyone as a group. So the remaining Raccoon City survivors who are dealing with this are running out of time. And it is up to Leon. He is carrying the weight of the survivors on his back to figure out what is going on and to find a cure to this infection. I think Leon is really going to sacrifice himself in order to find a way to free them from the infection that they're trapped in. I really do believe that that's what's going to happen. I really do believe that's what's going to happen. But say hi to Sherry, folks. She's back. Alright, and we get Leon here coming up to the RPD front door. Now, one thing I would like to mention, he comes up here, and the fact that he's hesitating. And look at that. The infection on his neck is getting worse. That didn't look as bad as it did before, at least the earlier shots in the game. The hesitation of him going back into the RPD. At least from what I've gathered, I think Leon holds Raccoon City in terms of like a more traumatical experience. He holds Raccoon City higher than the events of Resident Evil 4. Because, I mean, if you think about it, September 1998 changed his life. September 30th, 1998. Ever since that night, his life was never the same. After that, he was forced to join the government. And he's never been able to kind of live a life that he's probably ever wanted to live. He's been stuck in this ongoing battle against bioterror, and He's even mentioned like infinite darkness, like there was the screams of the people on the streets and so many people he wanted to help but he couldn't. That survivor's guilt. I hope we get some like PTSD elements of him like sitting through and kind of like taking it all in, and I'm really curious to see how Leon's going to take all this in and how he's going to react going in. But the fact that he's hesitating to open those doors, I love that attention to detail, man. Yeah. Bro pulled a John Wick there for a second. Yeah. And there we go, the RPD. Still got the computer, still got the typewriter, item box is still intact, ammo crate still there. Oh, look at it. I can't wait to go back and explore this. Are we going to be able to go to the underground? Or is that going to be completely, like, destroyed? Well, with all this being destroyed, it's probably all caved in and everything, but I love that the statue is still intact a bit. And there he is. There's the gate of the RPD. He's looking up and he's like, found myself back here once again. Like, look at him. Like, you can tell he's like, this is probably like one of the last places he ever wants to be. There he is. I really do think this is going to be Leon's last game. I really do think it's going to be his last game. From what I'm getting from this trailer, the way they're setting things up, I think it's going to be his last game. I'm going to call right now. I think Leon's going to die. I think Leon is going to make the ultimate sacrifice, and he's not going to make it out alive. Now, if he does, awesome. I would love to see more of my favorite character, you know, my favorite fictional character of all time, to make more returns in the series and see his story continue. But as I've said before, our character's story will have to end eventually. Leon's getting to that point where he's getting up there in age. There's only so much more you can do with his story. As long as it serves the story properly and it's done right, then I'm all for it. But I have to admit, guys, I'm not getting good vibes from this trailer. I think this is going to be Leon's final game. They're definitely treating this like his send-off. And with that, that is the end of my breakdown. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it all the way to the end, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Again, I'm not getting good vibes. I think my favorite character is finally going to meet his match. I love Leon. I feel like this game is going to pull out the heartstrings with this character. I feel like he's going to make the final sacrifice. He's going to make that last stand to go up against the final boss or whatever that, you know, self-destruction sequence is going to be. But anyways, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If I miss anything, be sure to share and let me know in the comments. And as always, guys, I'm Dave. Take care. God bless.